How about now? Got a lot of feedback here. Is that any better? Way to go, Dev. Okay. How about now? Oops, hang on. A lot of feedback here. Is that any better? Have we got sound now? Way to go, Dev. Okay. All right, let me turn this down. I don't know where it's coming from. Hang on. Feedback here. Is that any better? Have we got sound now? Too loud. I don't know what's going on. Way to go, Dev. What about now? Okay. All right. I don't know where it's coming from. Okay. Too loud, is it? Have we got sound now? Too loud. I don't know what's going on. Wait a minute. Am I getting feedback from this? Let me turn that back. Okay. Rob says, Drifter Brisbane says it is perfect, but I don't know. I'm hearing an awful amount of interference here. This is shocking. I'm getting this ear-piercing scream coming through my ears through the speakers. Hang on, let me turn the speakers off. Alright. How is that? Is that any better, guys? I might have been picking up some interference from the speakers. Let me turn them off. So hopefully we should be good now. There is a bit of a delay here. Any good now? Okay. So just reply to that now. See if it's any good. Okay. Too much interference. You couldn't. I don't know. That solved it. Okay. I had to turn my speakers off. Alright. No, that's good then. So I'm glad we are all up and running now. So it sounds like we are working. So should be able to get back onto the video. So it appears I might have been picking up a lot of interference from my speakers for some reason, which is unusual because even though they were turned right down. So I thought I'd talk about... G'day Steve, how you going? I thought I'll talk about a subject that I brought up about in the last live feed, and to do with a bit about my sound system, my 12 volt system in regards. Hang on guys, I'm just going to turn the shut the door here. The TV's confusing me. Okay, the TV is going in the next room and I couldn't hear myself thinking. Sounds great. Oh, that's good. So that might have been my problem. The last time with the live feed, the speakers, maybe the magnets in the speakers. So, awesome, that's good. So, yeah, getting back to it, I thought I'd do a bit of a live video on, I was going to film a video on it and just edit it, but to be honest, I I don't know what it is, guys. I just don't feel like spending hours upon hours upon hours editing on a computer. And plus, I'm being very, very busy, and I'm still going to be busy for the next week, week and a half. I've got a shitload I'm doing. I'm just running around all day long. And so I thought, periodically, I'll just do a live video. So this one, I just thought, got a bit of spare time at the moment. So I thought, why not? Let's go into and talk about this subject that I wanted to film about. Might still film about it one day. And have a look about, check out the remote monitoring setup that I've got on my 4-wheel drive. I briefly spoke about how I'm able to remotely connect to my system anywhere in the world, as long as my vehicle is in a serviceable area, i.e. as long as it's picking up either 3G, 2G, I don't know if 2G is available, 2G or 3G, or 4G. I think it's 3G or 4G signal. Because I've got like a little modem, a Victron modem, okay, in the vehicle that connects to my Servo GX. The Servo GX is basically the brains of my system, so it's like a little computer as such, where I plug all the different components into that, and then that monitors it. Hi Luke, how you going? And then that monitors everything, but it gives me the advantage of doing stuff like this. So check this out. So I'm remotely connected to my system. So I could be anywhere in the world right now. As I mentioned, as long as my system is in, my vehicle is in somewhere where it's picking up the 3G or 4G. Now, if it's not picking up the 3G, 4G, it's not an issue because all the data is being stored back up. And I'll explain to you what I mean about that. So all the data is all being stored and backed up on the device, and as soon as my vehicle comes in a serviceable area, all that information is then uploaded to the cloud server, which is the Victron Energy monitoring here that you can see right here. And it gives me a lot of information. Now this data, you can set it up to upload as often as you want. I've got it set up to upload data once a minute. So you can see here, and it's also live recording, it's also live data. As you can see here, if I click on here, it's showing live data. Right now I've got a Multi Plus, it's not turned on. My battery's at 80.2% discharge, it's at 13.3 volts. Current at the moment is negative 2.4 amps. And the battery temperature terminal, that's the terminal on the batteries, is 26 degrees Celsius. And this here DC power, this is the 12 volt side of aspect of things, okay? So this is 12 volt, alright? This is what coming out through 12 volt. And that's a PV, that's your solar panel. I don't have a solar panel. And on the right, I've got all the different monitoring of the temperatures, the humidity, etc. Like the fridge at the moment is 4.2 degrees Celsius. Fridge compressor's 38. The car's been out in the sun most of the day, and it's been quite a hot day here, and it's dropped down a bit now, the temperature, but it's very warm. As you can see, freeze is minus 20.3. For inside the cab is 27.3, and ambient outside the cab it's actually showing 31.7 degrees Celsius, even though down here it's showing 23, and it feels more like that too, although it has been dropping down quite a fair bit. So yeah, I'm amazed it's actually that high, 31.7, because it's parked in the garage right now, so I'm amazed it's actually that hot in the garage. Actually, to be honest, I'm not amazed because that garage is stinking hot. So this is basically just basic information. You can see here's a graph over the last 3 months. Now I can go back as much as 6 months. Okay, so I can bring up the data as much as 6 months, as you can see here. We'll go back, I can go as much as the last hour if I want. So it's showing me everything that's happened in more detail than the last hour. And I can go in the last 3 hours, it shows the state of charge, etc. Last 2 days, as you can see here. Or I can go back to the last 30 days. So it's an awesome system to have in your vehicle because, as I mentioned last time, it allows you to monitor your conditions, the battery conditions, the temperature internally in the car, and the temperature of the battery, etc., and the discharge rate and so on. And it's data that you can compare with, you know, this will store up to 6 months, but you can guys, you can convert this to a document into, what do you call, Excel, Access Excel, both, either one. You can transfer this up to an Excel document, and then you can actually modify the document to show what information you want, because this is all about information. It's just crazy how much information there is on here. So hopefully the sound is still good. So everyone's saying it's better now. So, it's good. It's awesome. So, yeah, so I thought I'd quickly show you all this. But now, let's get into the real nitty-gritty. Actually, it shows you, look at this. This is a new graph. This has just been uploaded. Well, to AC. Obviously, I'm not plugged into AC from AC. So, over the last month, from charging plugged into the PowerPoint in the garage, I've used up nearly 17 kilowatts. Generator, as I've used of those, I've used 0.8 kilowatts a generator. You can see here I like to run my generator at least usually once every 2 weeks. I've been a bit slack last month, and total consumption is 20.8 kilowatts. So like I said, the fridge is on 24 hours a day. It never gets turned off. Occasionally I run the air fryer, etc. in the back of the vehicle as well. But once you go into the advanced, okay, remember this is showing the last 30 days. So this is all the advanced. Now you can add whatever screen you want on here. This is not everything, although I've got a fair bit here. But you can actually add more, you can add less, etc. And as you can see, we have got different graphs. And remember, all this can be uploaded to an Excel format. So you can see here the VE bus, that's the state of the multi. So when it's turned on, when it's last inverting, when it's last charging, etc. This is the AC voltage and current. Alright, so whenever the inverter is on, it's showing all that, etc. The battery state of charge has shown the battery state of charge. As you can see here, what have we got here? The 1st of August, and then I didn't charge it again until fully charge it until the 8th of August. So what's that? It's about 7 days. That's a week. So I ran it for a week before I had to charge it, and the battery capacity was still sitting on 64.5%, as you can see. You'll see here's various charge here. That's when I'm driving around. As I mentioned, been doing quite a fair bit of driving around of late. So you can see this is the charge rate. I'm only running a 25 amp Red Arc DC at the stage. By the way, if anyone's got any questions, I am keeping an eye on the comments this time. So I got it set up right in the middle if anyone wants to stop me at any time. And voltage, current, power draw since I've last fully discharged. That's the power in watts. Consumed amp hours since I've last fully charged. When is the last time I fully charged? Was the 8th. What is it now? It's the 11th. etc. And state of charge 80%, battery voltage and current. Okay, so showing the equivalent at the same time. As you can see, as I move this along, it corresponds, it actually shows at the same time on different graphs exactly what the system is doing at that time. So this is all available through that Servo GX, which is a Victron, okay, which is like a little computerized. Now it'll only work with Victron gear. Alright, that's the only thing. It only works as a Victron gear. So here's the fridge, the temperature that's in the fridge, and the temperature. Wow, look at these. Fridge has been running a little bit warmer today. It's been a much warmer day and it's been parked in the car for a bit, so I can understand that. It's still though, 3.2 degrees thereabouts. Ambient temperatures, you can see the ambient temperatures here. So the days are starting to get a little bit warmer now. We're getting some quite warm days here. So if I go back to the last 90 yeah, I should go back to the last 90 days or something, 3 months. It'll show, and there's the freezer, of course. You can see the freezer. Even the freezer's been struggling a bit today. That's unusual. See, this is good to see. I'm looking at this and thinking now, that's strange. How come the freezers, is I noticed in the last few days the freezer's been running a little bit warmer. So it's telling me I might have to turn the thermostat down a bit, or up a bit, because it's starting to get somewhat warm here now. I think winter is just about past. Although at night, I meant to say, it is still cooling down. This is interesting. I've just combined a whole series of graphs together, as you can see. The Dometic fridge, the load rating, the temperature of the freezer, temperature of the fridge at the time, and down here again load current as well, and battery monitor state of charge, so it's giving me state of charge at that time, etc. All handy information to have. So that's basically it. If anyone's got any questions on that, just fire away. Otherwise, on another bright side, I've been starting to look into getting some t-shirts. I wouldn't mind getting some t-shirts made up. And I've been looking at something like, hang on, let me add another component here, just quickly. I'll add another image here to share. Okay. I'll just select the image. I've got an image. This is a t-shirt I'm kind of working on at the moment. Alright. Okay, that should be added on the screen now. I'm looking at something like this. Okay. I don't know if you like that. That's a bit of a new design. Kind of sticker. Not a logo, still got my original logo, but I'm thinking about getting that made up a sticker, but I think that'll look good on the front of a shirt. And on the back, I will just have my regular logo on the back. So, probably available in white, grey, I don't mind this colour if I can find shirts that colour, etc. The trickiest thing is just trying to get them out so they're at a good, affordable price. I want to get these out so they're not overly expensive. Now, I know Brett from SMG Sports does your fishing shirts, and I have spoken to him recently about getting some shirts done myself through Brett, and eventually I am going to get your traditional fishing shirts like everyone else is getting Brett to do them. But I want to beforehand, I want to get out some of these just plain t-shirts. And hi Terry, how are you? There's no rum bottle in it. It should have something depicting in Bundaberg, shouldn't I? I thought it may be trying to add a turtle or something in there somehow. A turtle peeking its head through. Who knows? I may end up making it more rectangle so it covers more of the area up and down, and then maybe adding, in the foreshores along the beach, add a turtle or something emerging out of the water or heading back in the sea. That might look pretty cool. Could end up doing something like that. But I'm just looking around and just places to get them done and costs and all that. So, well, yeah, I couldn't believe. I mean, I look around Australia and most of them seem to charge you $20 plus to get just a plain shirt with a printed image on it like this. And then, of course, I've got freight to pay on top of that as well. Which will make it kind of expensive. So then I thought, well, I did some Google searching earlier this morning. I found a few places actually where I live here in Bundy that does stuff like this. But boy, I tell you what, I thought $20 was dear, eh? Gosh, locally here they're quoting me like $50 for a shirt like this. $50, guys, just. And these guys are flat out. These guys, the earliest, even if I wanted to get one single shirt out, the earliest is like early October. I couldn't not believe it. I could not believe it. I was shocked. So, wow. So maybe $20 is not all that bad. But for you guys, I mean, I think it's still over expensive, and I've been considering making them myself. All I need is a press. This is dye sublimation, okay? Dye sublimation, or you can get screen printed. Now here in Bundy, they seem to be using the old style. They're doing screen printing, and then she said, not only does it cost that much, guys, I'd have to spend over $200 to get the templates for them to do all this. I don't understand that. As far as I'm aware, if I was in business, that'd be something I think the businesses should spend themselves instead of me paying them to get the equipment to do what I want and still charge those sort of prices. But hey, it's Bundy for you, guys. That's Bundy for you. Just be warned, if you ever think about coming to live here, you'll get charged like a wounded bull. Alright? Some people say it's cheap to live here. Sure, houses might be cheap. Not as cheap as they used to be. Houses might be cheap. Relaxed lifestyle. I was going to say not a lot of traffic, but there's a shitload of traffic starting to build up now. It's not the same as before. There actually is quite a fair bit of traffic now. Doesn't matter what time of the day, although if you go around the school time, try to avoid driving anywhere, because honestly, every mum and dad in this town seems to pick up their kids. No one uses buses anymore, or you don't see them riding push bikes to or from, or walking to or from school anymore. Everybody picks their kids up. So there's round about that 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock of an afternoon, it's just you try to avoid. You just try to avoid. Newey, I actually have looked at Officeworks, and they quoted me 22. I was there this morning, just now, and they quoted me $22, but they don't get them printed here, and they're about 2 or 3 weeks away. So I don't know, you guys. That's how much it costs me to get done. $22 for a t-shirt. That's what I mean. The cheapest I can usually find around. In fact, most places are charging like $29, $30 for a t-shirt like this. I mean, this is good quality, cotton stuff too. So most places are charging around that price. So yeah, I mean, I'm considering making them myself. All I need is a press, basically. And you use dye sublimation, and you can actually convert your conventional printers to dye sublimation, but There are quite a few companies around that actually do dye sublimation prints for you, and they charge you like 24 bucks or whatever for a big sheet that's about 2 meters long by half a meter wide, and however many, you know, prints you can fit on that. So they just print that whole sheet, they send it to you rolled up, you just cut it out, whack your shirt on top of a press. You need a press though. You need these real good presses, and they're not cheap. They're not cheap. And it's a huge investment. So I don't know whether it'd ever cover the cost of, I'm not 100% sure I would at least cover that cost. 100% I'll go right for it. And I probably might even start starting a service where I could make some shirts, you know, if you guys send me a pattern or something, whatever you want, then there's no reason why I can't do that for you and then just send, you know, just post it off to you as well. And now that I've got an awesome website running, and by the way, the website is looking pretty good, okay? So I haven't had to adjust it as much of late. The store, online store, is going well. The sticker sales have been pretty good, although it has slowed right down since last Sunday. I had a big rush of stickers sales come through, but then since Sunday, not so much, but I've still got quite a number of these still left. These ones here, I was going to get these round ones. Oh, sorry, you can't see the screen. Hang on, how do I get rid of this? Wait a minute. Oh, wrong one. Hang on. There we are, that's better. You can see the website now. All I could see is a shirt. Yeah, I know, I just looked at that and I saw that. Yeah, I'm just reading up some of the comments here. All I could see is a shirty shirt. Should only take 5 hours per shirt with Hobbytex pens. Yeah, yeah. It's add your vids to our network. Add your vids to our network. All prospecting. Don't know. I don't know what that is. Interesting. Okay. Got no idea what they mean by add the vids to our network. With the website moving behind, it should be fine now. Guys, I thought I came up with a good idea with offering gift cards, but no one's taken on board. So if you got your loved ones, you know, your friends, or you're a mate or someone who loves my channel, you can actually go in here and purchase gift cards, guys. They're electronic gift cards. So there's no freight to pay on these for yourself, okay? You just put in a mount, a custom mount, whatever. Put in your details. You can even put in the recipient's name and their email address, and it'll go straight to them. And you can also set it up so it's sent on a future date. Now guys, I spent hours and hours and hours working on this to get this working, and I thought it'd be popular, but I've had it up on my website for a week and not one person has bought its gift card. Newy, have you tried Gentkey Art Studio? I'm going to write that down. Do they do t-shirts, etc.? Do they? I haven't heard of that. The only other thing I could do is possibly look into, like everyone seems to, and that's another thing. One of the places I went into Bundaberg this morning to get these t-shirts made up, they actually get them made up from overseas. And yet they were still talking nearly $50. Isn't that crazy? $50. And I walked in there telling the guys I'm a YouTuber, you know, and I want to get, you know, t-shirts, merchandise done up so I can sell. And then they quote and exaggerate. I just told them straight. I said, mate, I don't think they will sell. I think that's just too much for me. They won't sell. Stickers, they're Queensland based. Oh mate, stickers, no problems at all. I've got good mates that run a business down the road, and they've got this huge printer worth thousands and thousands of bucks, and that's why I can get these really good quality stickers to you at a really good price. Okay, I know some of you have been commenting. I got no problems with stickers. I got just the people to do the stickers for me, and they're just down the road. Their printer's huge, guys. This thing can print wraps that'll cover a whole caravan, a whole huge truck, a whole vehicle, etc. If you want wraps done, this is the place to go. So stickers not a problem at all. But I like to get hats, t-shirts, things like that, stubby coolers and all that. I mean, the fishing shirts and stubby coolers, obviously I'm going to go through SMG Sports, eventually get them. But I just want to get a few cheaper items out for now. We launched the network today in beta, all prospecting. What network is that? I'm interested. I've got no idea what network you're talking about. So that's interesting, yeah. Froze, maybe my Starlink. Back now. Yeah, I'm actually on Starlink. I wouldn't be surprised if it's my end here. Although Starlink seems to work pretty good with this 10-12-year-old USB camera here. If I use my good Sony camera, it's as probably some of you probably know. So there you go, guys. I mean, this gift card can be used anywhere on the store. We'll go back to the store here, and if you click on here, you can see the headings. You see it got stickers here. Okay, I wasn't sure these round ones here, guys. I wasn't sure if they would sell, if anyone's interested in them. So I haven't ordered them yet. I was going to order them last Monday, but I put them up for pre-orders, pre-sales about a week and a half ago, and yeah, no one seems to like these, so I didn't bother ordering any of these. But they're still up for sale here. If anyone wants them, I'll still get them printed out. They're cheap. They're cheap for what they are. Going right up to 15 centimeters. I thought I'd offer them in 3 sizes. So it's only a matter of me going down the road and printing them out. So yeah, so if I get sales on these, I'll go and get some printed out. If I don't, I won't worry about it. These are doing my normal logo ones. These people, I know you all seem to like these ones. I'll just go grab some. Okay. I did have 80 of these. And I kind of... Alright, you can see there. I don't know. Probably almost 50% of these are gone. So, yeah, so I've still got plenty of these. And these have been good sellers, so when these run out, I'll just go get some more. And they're good size too, just the right size. Not too small, not too big. I'm really happy how they come out. And they fit inside a standard envelope as well, which keeps the cost down to $1.20 to post, which is awesome. And I have receipts as well. You can see I do also, you would have noticed, some of you would have received receipts with them as well. So yeah, opals are the way to go, Drifter. Gold? Nah, I don't have any time to go gold prospecting. We launched a network today. If you want outdoors people, Phil is your man. Hey, Rob. Good one. Oh, you're talking the Opals. Opals. I thought you meant the sporting team, Opals. I'm thinking Matildas tomorrow play. Matildas tomorrow play. Who are they playing? France in the World Cup soccer. Here in Australia tomorrow afternoon in Brisbane at 5 p.m. So that's going to be an awesome game. Jetboil Sumo, guys, I dropped it down in price. And that's another thing I want to talk about, the Jetboils briefly. Okay, this thing's new. Alright, now the Jetboils Sumo, this one I've got here. So I've got two. I've got the standard one, I can't think what you call it now. And I bought this Sumo thinking that this will be ideal for me, but problem is I should have checked. It doesn't actually fit in the drawers. It's too wide. It doesn't fit in the drawer. But I use these Jetboils for, I've got a smaller one, so I just put this on the shelf and I never use it, and it's just sitting there, you know, taking up room that I don't have. So the other one's always in the vehicle. I use it to heat up the water for the shower, and that's its sole purpose, basically. It's very rare I ever use it to heat up water for drinks, etc., because I've got that U-Butte coffee machine that heats water up in literally seconds. And at times I've actually have even used it to heat up the water for my washing, etc., and even for the water. So I like to use a bucket and one of those kick-ass shower, you know, those lithium showers, portable showers, and I use a collapsible bucket. So I put some fresh water, put some cold water in there, and then heat up about two of these Sumos, not the Sumo, the standard ones, and they heat up so quick, and just pour that in there, and then I've got nice warm water. And then I also find by using that system, it uses very little water. Now I've got the gas ones, I've got the Julka and all that, but I find by the time you set up the correct temperature, you've wasted so much water, and it's just so much stuff to carry that I really don't have room in the vehicle. Sure, if I had a camper trailer and so on, or a towing trailer, it'd be absolutely perfect, or caravan or whatever, absolutely perfect, the Julka, but not with so much when you you know, you got just the one single, like a cab for drive. You've got to watch what you carry and so on. And I know, Luke, you got one of those, I can't think what those, I know, those little portable, I can't even think what they're called, guys. Luke, if you're still on here, when are you going camping next? Yeah, I don't know, hopefully very soon. I've got a very busy couple of weeks coming up, and I can't go anywhere. After that, I'm hopeful to get away. I'm thinking about going to Damn Crazy, my next camping trip, because my mate is back here in Australia that lives in Thailand. Old mate, back when we were in our 20s. So he's gotten right into camping stuff, and he's setting up his vehicle, he's setting up his 12 volt and so on. In fact, I think he might be here on the weekend or one day through the week next week, and I'm going to help him set up a simple little 12 volt setup in his Isuzu MUX he just bought. And I think tomorrow he's going to Gold Coast to pick up a boat. He's buying a boat. And so as soon as he's got all that stuff set up and all that, we're thinking about going out to Damn Crazy for about 2 nights to go out there, relax and catch up on old times. Yeah. So yeah, he's back again. He went briefly over to Thailand. He seems to go there and come back, go there. I don't think he knows where he lives half the time. He's just constantly back and forward, back and forward, back and forward, and he's been doing that for years. I think he was saying something like the past 20 years. He's just back and forward, lives in Thailand for a while, comes back here, goes there, lives there for a while, and comes back here, goes there and then comes back here, goes there and comes back here. He telling me that Thailand is not as good as it used to be. A lot of corruption, the governments and so on, he's saying, and it's spoilt it. So it's nowhere near as good for foreigners to live over there as it used to be, he told me. So yeah, which is interesting. So yeah, so I bought one of these things. Hang on, what are they called? Luke, you know what it is. After I saw your video, I went and grabbed one. A companion. Yeah, those companion stove things. I know, Rob, you got one in your vehicle. I don't know what they're called. I took it out with me once and used it, and yeah, I wasn't all that impressed with it, to be honest. There's a lot of stuffing around, mucking around, and what really pissed me off is those connectors are a pain on mine. I just about broke my wrist just trying to press them in. And it's, yeah, no, I didn't like that. It's just, and I found I went through more water, so when I came home, I took it out the vehicle and I put my collapsible, I just used one of these collapsible, let me go grab it, I'll show you. It's alright, I don't even know where it is. I can't see where my collapsible bucket is. I know it's not in the car. Oh, there it is, right in front of me. I'll go grab it. I think this is the best. Hang on, you can hardly see me here. Let me go back to the original screen. I think this is the best shower system. I try other methods, but I always go back to this. The good old, this was a Drifter one, but Australian made, good quality bucket, and with one of these on the inside. Jeez. With one of these. These are the new kick-ass ones. It's got a rechargeable battery inside this. You just plunk this in there and works brilliant, guys. Takes up bugger all room, bugger all to set up. I just grab the Sumo, boil it, whack it in here with some water, and there's a good shower, and I don't waste any water. Uses very little water. So, absolutely perfect, and weighs nothing, guys. Takes up no room. Squash it right down. So, I don't think I'll ever change. This is the best shower system out. Those other things are just so cumbersome, so heavy, and you've got to carry gas bottles with you. I don't need to go carry, mind you, I've still got to carry a gas bottle with me, the Sumo, but they just use those little gas bottles, and they're not as expensive as those other ones, the Coleman ones, are just a fortune, especially here in Bundy. Gosh, they're freaking send you broke just to go have a shower. Okay. I don't bring a boogie board. Just had open heart surgery June 1st. Wow. Oh, hopefully it all gone well. Looks like it has, because he's still here with us. So, Yeah. Yeah, so guys, that's what I like to use. I think if you got a trailer and you got somewhere and and you got, like, I like to conserve water. It's just something, even though there might be a lot of water around, I still conserve it. It's just something I like to get into. That way one day when I do get to go into really remote areas and there's not much water around or can't get water, well then I've got no problems. So I shouldn't have any problems with conserving my water then. Because you'd be amazed how little you can get away with water, especially if you're using that shower system. Now, of course, I do have a awesome shower where you just pull out, which is that Bundu top ensuite, and it's like 2.1 meters by 1.2 meters thereabouts. Similar to your standard ones that are about 1 meter by 1 meter, just this is a lot bigger. And surprisingly actually even weighs less than I think than a lot of those 1 meter by 1 meter ones. But really good product. So that works really good as a shower, and also it fully encloses the entrance area with a roof if need be. So I've got the option of putting a roof on there as well. Covers the entrance area to get into my rooftop tent. So very, very good setup. No worries, Terry. What are you up to? Terry's heading off. That's cool. So, all prospecting. I want to meet Phil someday. Oh, wow. Go to the Legends for Charity. So, Legends for Charity event, guys. Go and check that out. And you will meet me there, no doubt. Otherwise, who knows? If you see me around. The other day I was out grocery shopping and there's some people walk past there they're living in a van full time, and in fact just before Christmas they're going to pick up, they might be watching here now. If you are, hi guys, how are you? They're staying in Bundy at the moment. I think they're leaving Saturday. I think you said you were heading down south. Slowly on their way to pick up one of these zone caravans from Tofty. They're lucky enough to be able to afford one of them. Awesome caravans, probably the best in Australia from what I'm hearing and when I see them. So lucky enough to go and pick up one of those, and they live full time in the van, and they recognised me when I was walking out of Coles. And we sat down and had a good chat for, nearly half an hour, didn't we? So it was awesome. So I don't mind you guys coming up to me. I've had people come up to me when I was last time I was in Brisbane that recognised me in the mall. I could not believe it, guys. I could not believe it. I had others message me and say, oh, I saw you in the mall, but I didn't want to bother you. You're never going to bother me. If you see me, always say hello. I'm not like most of the other YouTubers out there that seem to get successful and then they seem to hate people. They seem to go somewhere where there's no people. They don't want to camp where there's people. And yet people are actually given their luxurious lifestyles, etc. And yet they don't want to meet them. They don't want to do anything. I don't understand that. There's a lot of YouTubers around like that. Luckily, all the YouTubers I know personally, we are not like that. But some of the YouTubers I follow like that Van Mob, the 3 kids, I sit there and watch their... I don't watch them much anymore, but when I was watching them, you watch them and they're always just saying, oh yeah, how great, there's no one here, oh, I hate camping with other people and so. And yet these are people that are funding those lifestyles. And yet they go on your YouTube to say, oh, I hate camping with other people, I hate people and all that, and far out, guys, Geez, I'd be welcoming them in, with a red carpet rolling out. Oh, yes, please, come on in, You guys are giving me this wonderful lifestyle, you know. Company's giving me all these vans and stuff. Oh, I shouldn't talk about that, should I? Oh, yes, Terry. I read briefly before. Someone, what, reversed into your caravan. Oh, God, I got shocked when I read that. Geez, I hope it's okay, man. I know how much you love that van. And I know how much Molly loves that van even more than you. So, gosh, I hope it's repairable, man. Yeah, I heard that. Someone, I don't know what happened, but someone reversed in his van today. So, whew, tell you what. Lock your Hubs 4 Drive, how you going? Hello. That is cool. It's great to see you on my live feed. I love your videos, mate. You do awesome videos. Very, very interesting. I need to watch that latest one that you put out. Haven't you got something on a Victron? Haven't you got something, you getting into Victron gear and you did something about a Victron or something? I don't know. I'd have to go on there and check it out. I haven't had time to watch my regular channels of late. Been quite busy. And, I need a drink. So, now. So, I don't know. Any questions, guys? Anything you want me to know? I mean, it's now 4 o'clock. I've still got a little bit of spare time before I have to go cooking. I might have got some fresh whiting fillets in the fridge. Might cook them up with a bit of an egg omelette. I reckon that sounds alright. I like to get some, fry some garlic and onions first. With a bit of garlic, I think I said that. Chop up some potatoes and sweet potatoes in small chunks and put them in the fry pan with a bit of good quality olive oil and fry them up, and then put in some sliced zucchinis, a bit of broccoli and so on or something like that, some carrots. But I'll put the carrots in with the potatoes and that because they take a bit longer to cook. And then on the side I'll cook that up, and then on the side I'll crack some eggs in a little bowl, and then I'll mix some cheese in with it, and then I'll mix a bit of herbs and spices and a bit of salt in that, and then mix it up together, and then pour it over the top of the other stuff when it's cooked, just about cooked, and then just cook it on a real low heat. And it just cooks right through, and it makes a really nice like omelette. And after one side's cooked, you just flip it over and use the other side. So you need a good non-stick pan to do it, really good non-stick pan, and so it doesn't stick, the egg. And yeah, it's really, really nice, really nice. Sometimes I'll mix a bit of teriyaki sauce in with it as well. But if I do that and have some crumbed whiting fillets on the side, so I'm going to have to, it's 3:41, okay, I should adjust my glasses, clean my glasses, I thought it was 4 p.m, so I've got a little bit longer. So I reckon that's going to be tea tonight. Sounds pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really thirsty too, guys. I should go in the car. I've got a bottle of Coca-Cola in the car. Some of you might think it's my favourite drink, but Terry, you know what my favourite drink is, apart from water. Yeah, you know what my favourite one would be. Sarsaparilla. Man, I saw for the first time this year, Coles was selling sarsaparilla. I kid you not. Coles was selling sarsaparilla. Woo! So I grabbed what they had. They only had about 3 bottles. But I found a store in town that mostly regularly keeps sarsaparilla in stock. So every couple of weeks I'll go there and buy some sarsaparilla. But I got some Coca-Cola. I don't drink a lot of Coca-Cola. It's more of a camping drink for me. I tend to drink that. I spoil myself for the Coca-Cola, more so in soft drink when I go camping. And sometimes mix a little bit of rum in it, so it makes a rum and coke. Yep. Yep, working toward... That's it, the cooler for the Victron DC-DC charger, yes. They get so hot. Now, I don't know if you know, but there's a room, well, I don't think it's a rumour, I think it officially is coming out, but they've been keeping very quiet about it. Victron has, they haven't not announced it. But they are, what I've heard through one of the distributors that I know very well of Victron, told me that this Christmas they're coming out with a 50 amp DC-DC charger. So you know they're only got up to 30 amps. Well, we're going to see a 50 amp coming soon. So I'm holding off for that one. I hope it's true. And I tell you what, I'm going to watch your video because I reckon it's going to 100% definitely going to need that fan under it, because the Victron DC-DCs run very hot. And what happens when they run very hot? They don't put out as much power. So if you've got a big lithium bank like I do, 330 amp hours, 30 amps is not enough really. I'd want at least 50 amps. And particularly if the thing overheats, and when it overheats, then it drops down the capacity that it'll output into that battery, the charge rate into the battery. So, yeah. The red arcs are pretty good. The 25s and the 40s, I believe, don't suffer from the heat. The 50s, I think, do, hence why they've got that stupid feature in them where they cut down after so many minutes. I had that DC-DC Red Arc 50 in the car that would not charge for more than 2 hours. And do you think I could get that thing to run again? It will not charge again until the following day. Absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. So, got rid of that. Handed that back to me, mate, before I paid him for it. And, because I was just trying it out. So it wasn't mine. And whack my 25 amp DC-DC back in it. But honestly, guys, I might as well not put it in there because you hardly notice, unless if I'm driving all day long. Even then, I don't think it'll make much of a dent on that battery. I've got 330 amp hours of capacity in my lithium battery. So I ideally really need something that's 50, 100 amps. 100 amps would be great. If I could get 100 amp charging rate into my battery, that would be awesome when I'm driving around. Yeah, I heard about the 50 amps also with the V. Hang on, I can't read that. It's got this heart shape that's right in the corner that is just a really bad area where I cannot read the last message. Hang on, someone put another message up so I can read the rest of Lock Your Hubs. Hang on, let me do one myself. There we go. There we go. There we go. Lock Your Hubs. I heard about the 50 amps also with VE Direct. Yeah, oh, I never heard about that. That'll be cool because none of them have got VE Direct. And then when I was talking, what I'm talking about there, when I was showing my screen. Okay, actually I should turn that off because that's using up data on my SIM card. Okay, just turn that off. That screen I showed you, that was on the Victron cloud. It's showing everything what my system is doing in the car, all the 12 volt, 240 volt, etc. Charge rate, batteries, temperatures inside there, temperatures of fridge. Man, I even got a temperature on the compressor. I even monitor the compressor's temperature as well. So, on that fridge. All these items connect by, well, some of them, not all of them, but most of them, connect via what's called a VE Direct cable, which I think is native to Victron. As far as I know, I don't know if anyone else uses VE Direct. As far as I know, I think it's only a Victron thing, so it's a specific cable for Victron users. And that's where they're plugged into your Serbo GXs. For some reason, whatever why, their DC-DC chargers don't have VE Direct in it, so you cannot monitor. That's the only thing. You cannot monitor what the DC-DC charger is doing. But now when this 50 amp one comes out, it's got the VE Direct, I will then be able to plug that into my Serbo GX, and it'll tell me, it'll come up, there'll be a separate graph for it, and it'll tell me exactly what it's doing, the charge rate, etc. How long it's took to charge, how many amps it's put in, and I think that would be brilliant. So I'm definitely waiting on that. Christmas, they told me it should be out by then. So when that comes out, I'm going to grab that. In the meantime, I'm just putting up with my 25 amp Redarc. Now luckily, when I bought that 25 amp Redarc, it's got the lithium feature on it. And it only just came out. Right? It was one of the first ones that they put out with that lithium feature in it. Now luckily I bought that because I bought that probably 7 years ago. Could even be 8 years. And basically in that time, okay, it's been in my vehicle non-stop, apart from that couple of months where I had a loan of that DC, the Redarc DC-DC. I think it was only a month, if that. I had a loan of that Redarc DC-DC 50 amp off me mate. He's since sold that on to some poor guy up in Cairns. I wonder what he thinks of it as soon as it hits 2 hours charging, and it won't charge again until the following day. I think he's only using it on one of those 120 amps, well, so they say, but in reality they're only 95 to 100 amp hour iTech World batteries. Biggest piece of shit crap that I ever bought, but that's another story, eh? I'm probably a bit harsh on it, guys, honestly. Yeah, it's a good battery, really. If you're just running a fridge and LED lights off it, but don't believe all the specs they tell you to run this and that and this and that. If you want to risk starting a fire in your vehicle, yeah, go run the inverters and all that on it, because they get that hot. I've recorded, well, you saw all the monitoring stuff I've got, and those temperature gauges that I use, they're called the Ruvi Tag Pros. They are accurate to within about 0.2 degrees Celsius, okay? I have recorded those batteries at the terminal 80 degrees Celsius. 80 degrees Celsius. Now, Keith, South African mate Keith, that lives just down the road, can verify it. I was at his place at the time when it reached that temperature, and it wasn't an overly hot day. I was just frying up some chips for us for lunch in his backyard using my air fryer in the vehicle, and was only drawing about 135 amps. And then I noticed the temperature warning came up on the Serbo GX, and I looked and it indicated a temperature of 80 degrees Celsius on the terminal. And I can understand why now, after I've seen what's inside them. Alright, basically got cables no thicker than my pencil. Of course it's going to get hot. Of course. The BMS is only rated at 100, even though they claim it'll do 150, 160 amps or whatever. It's got a BMS rated at 100. So yeah, I've always said I wasn't going to talk about that battery anymore. But there you go. And now I've got a absolutely awesome battery. The thing I didn't like about the latest Red Arc DC-DC chargers is that they turn on at 12.9 volts and no way to turn it off. That means no lithium starter batteries. The biggest, now okay, interesting you say, the biggest probably after owning that Red Arc 2025 or whatever it is, D, which has got the lithium profile in it. The biggest issue I found with it, and Andrew St. Pierre White actually brought this up and found a solution around it, is that when you arrive to your residence or whatever, it stays on for quite some time. It actually drains quite a fair bit out of your starter battery before it shuts down. I don't know if you find that, but I find it with mine that it doesn't switch off straight away. It actually discharges the battery and gets down to below probably the 12.8, 12.9, whatever you're talking about, before it shuts down. So I'd be driving and I'll pull over somewhere and I get out the car and I look and it's still charging. Even though the car's still turned off, it's still drawing quite a large charge out of your battery. Now if you're using like a 40 amp one or a 50 amp one, well mind you, it'll discharge your battery a lot quicker and switch off quicker. But I don't like the fact how it knocks the voltage down on your starter battery. I don't know if you can vouch for me on that, Lockyer Hubs. Wouldn't that potentially decrease the life of your starter battery? If every time you're driving and then you turn off and it actually drains your battery down to a certain level and not leave it fully topped up, and then you go drive again just or even around the corner, you come back and it just constantly does that. I don't trust it. I don't trust that. I don't like that. I don't like that. Andrew St. Pierre White brought this up on a video a while back, and he found some solution. I think he said you could either put a switch in, turn the thing off, you know, turn it on when you want to use it, turn it off when you don't want to use it. I reckon that'd be an awesome idea if I was brainy enough and knew how to set up a switch somewhere in the... Well, actually, it probably would be able to. How hard would it be to set up a switch? But then, how do you bypass the... Well, I suppose it would work if you turn it off. You reach a location somewhere, hit the switch off, stop the power going through. So you could always do that. But hey, we're going to get one of these Red Arc DC ones. You got more. You can, yeah. It's probably not a real issue. You can fix it with the Easy As relay, alternator sensing relay. Yeah, probably probably a easy enough fix there, but still a feature you shouldn't have to worry, shouldn't have to do that. I don't know why it does that. It'd be nice that it just turns off when you turn the vehicle off straight away instead of drawing capacity out of your battery every time. That's just bizarre, man. That is bizarre. So, yeah. Bit basic they are. The Red Arc, but I tell you what, that one of mine, 8 years old, whatever, 7, 8 years old, and it's only ever been switched off for probably 2 months in that whole time. Never a problem. It just works. So probably the ideal one, that or the Victron, to use if you're going in these really remote, you know, Simpson, although Simpson's probably not as remote. Then again, I mean, where is Australia that it's very remote? There's just that many people travelling around the 4 drives now. It's almost like a highway sometimes, they tell me. Particularly if you're going up to the Cape. I know Ed's probably sitting in the vehicle and driving along. I believe Ed and Nas have left and on their way up to the Cape York. Lucky buggers. I should head up there one day myself before it's bitumen all the way up there. Yeah, it's just annoying to have to add it. Yeah, exactly. Red Up make great products, so it's surprising they didn't see that one. Yeah, I know. I mean, they are good products. I mean, they charge like a wounded ball for them, don't they? But, yeah, no doubt, good products, all right. But, wow, scary as. I must have got Buck. I wonder what Buck's up to. Must have caught him when he's not suspecting, eh? He's normally always on. He's always saying, you know, more live feeds, more live feeds. He wants me to do more reviews, but I run out of stuff to review, Buck. There's nothing else I need to add on my vehicle. I'm really happy with everything that I got. I got that pillow I've got to do a review on. So, yeah, the guys that send me that pillow, they sent me an email and they want me to mention this, they want me to mention that, they want me to add this logo here and add this logo there and have a video released by a certain date and so on. And oh, yeah, if I knew that. I mean, I'm glad I got the pillow, but geez, guys, I don't like companies if they're going to give you stuff and tell you, you know, oh, you got to do this, you got to film it this way, you got to do this. I mean, the way I look at it, they contacted me, I did not contact them. So obviously they must have liked my style of filming. So I'm just going to film my style, whether they like it or not. I'm not going to accommodate these stupid things that they're asking me to do. So that's the way it is, guys. That's the way it is. You know me, I'm going to be honest. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to be honest, those pillows are freaking unbelievable, man. They are, oh, just, my neck is just gives this real good support right here. That's awesome. I thought I had a reasonably good pillow, but I'm kind of not surprised because I'm always waking up through the night trying to adjust it here and there, fold this bit up and all that. I got to tell you guys, I've been sleeping so much better since I got that pillow. So, hey, I got a good thing going. Mind you, it should, at the prices they are, they're not cheap. But a weird looking pillow with a hole in the middle, you can poke your fingers. But apparently they're there to form the shape of the pillow so that your neck sits in the correct shape to line your posture up perfectly. And I think that's where it's helped me have a good night's sleep. And I'm not doing any tossing and turning like I used to anymore. It's amazing the difference of pillow makes. I can tell you, it's amazing. So don't worry, guys, if any of you are watching there, you got a good product there. But hey, to send me an email after you send this product and say, we want you to film it like this, we want you to do that, we want you to have this logo here, we want you to have it up by a specific date and time, we want you to have it on your website and sex and all this, and we want you to have it on Instagram and all that. You know, guys, I don't like dealing with companies that do that. Alright? You picked me, you approached me, guys. Alright, so obviously you're happy with my style of videoing, and I'm just going to film it as I see what I think of it. Alright? Yeah. I always make it clear before accepting anything that the company has no input into any editorial content. I need to start doing that, and don't get to see the video until it is publicly launched. Yeah, that's another thing. I think they want to see the video. Yeah, no. Caught this time, not again. I'll be asking that again. I'll be checking on that and letting people know that. You want to send me the products, you're welcome to send it to me, but if I think it's shit, I'm going to tell people it's shit. If I think it's good, I'm going to tell people it's good. Luckily, you guys are sending me products that are just blowing me away, like that blanket. Mate, that blanket is just folded up, put it away, because if I put my hand on it, it feels like an ice block. I can't wait, although I don't like hot summer days, I don't like summer, But in some ways, I can't wait till summer comes out so I can start using that blanket and start doing some videos on it. But don't use it in winter, guys. It's too cold. I don't know what sort of technology is in that thing, eh? But amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You know, my Red Arc DC-DC charger has a wire you could connect to your ignition, which is designed to switch charging on and off via the engine. That's for the ones with the smart alternator. They got no choice. They had to put that in. Because otherwise, if you connect these up to a smart alternator and don't use that ignition wire, that Red Arc is not going to start charging because those smart alternator are at a much lower voltage. The voltage doesn't get high enough to turn it on. So they have to have this live connection thing where as soon as you turn it on, it goes live, turns on, bang, starts charging. So the best thing, I mean, that would be awesome. I don't know if you can utilize something like that in a vehicle like mine, because as soon as it's above a certain voltage, it's probably going to override that. I don't know how it works. I got no idea if you can actually use that on a normal vehicle that hasn't got the smart alternator in it, because my Pajero is 2005, so it doesn't have the smart alternator on it. So I don't need to use, I think it's a blue cable, and you've got to put it into ignition source somewhere so that power goes through, and then bang, it's got power to start charging. And then when you reach your destination, turn off, and it turns off straight away so it doesn't drain your battery. So you guys, it's a smart alternator. You got no problems, you know. And to be frank, probably most vehicles out there, most of the vehicles you're driving out there, you got those smart alternators on there, so you don't have the problem that I have. But just the normal ones, what I see, how long it, you know, keeps charging before it switches off. I don't like that idea. I much prefer when I switch off the car, it stops draining my starter battery. So yeah, you can. Oh well, there you go. Probably something I should seriously consider. So that blue cable, if I just get that, I won't worry about it now because I'm just going to wait for the DC, the 50 amp one with the VE Direct Victron. I'm just going to wait till that comes out and put that in. Hopefully it's not really expensive, but I have a feeling it probably is going to be a little bit expensive. So guys, make sure, don't forget, my U-Butte little website here. Alright, got my awesome little online store here. And as you see, stickers. Got stickers here. Guys, I've got a new little printer here that I've receipt printer, and I've got like a iPad monitor thing here sitting beside me that takes all the sales in. Ever since I got this set up, no one's bought anything, and I'm pretty keen, guys, to try. I mean, I've been sitting here mucking around just printing out receipts after receipts and after receipts, trying out the printers and all that. Most of these is just mucking around what I'm doing today. Check that out. So as you can see, guys, you'll get a receipt. I'm just setting up a new receipt system. So I don't know what the barcode is on the bottom. Rob, what's that for? Why is there a barcode on the bottom? I tried to scan that with the phone, but nothing happened. I got no idea why it's coming up. This is one of the sales that I've done recently. So, yeah. So you get a proper receipt with all this. So there's the stickers. As you can see, it's all secure. So your Visa card, PayPal, you know, or direct bank transfer. I've rectified the problem. Buck, if you're watching, I once had a problem that Buck said that, oh, your cost of postage is too high. What was happening is when you clicked on the cart and go to checkout, it would come up here, shipping $10.60, and it wouldn't change back to the $1.20 until you actually put in your email address and your address. So I have rectified it now, as you can see, as of a couple of days ago. It's now showing the proper charge for the shipping. Okay, so if I click on here, and I got just a fake address I made up there, and there you can see it was all to do with the way these were laid out. Whatever's on the top, it showed that up, and I found a way to swap these layouts around. It used to come up with this $10.60 parcel post here. So there we go. We've got regular letter, we've got priority letter, parcel post, express post. Obviously no one's picked any of these ones. Most of you all sent all the regular letter or priority letter. And yeah, and then you're just going to continue, so it won't scare people off now. It shows, and then you've got the different options to pay. Credit, debit card, PayPal or bank transfer. I'm not happy with PayPal. If you want to use PayPal, you can. I much prefer if you did the credit or debit card through here. I'm trying to set up a system so I could have PayPal used throughout on this same system and do away with this one. Because this one here, when people buy on this, it whacks all the bookwork out. It just doesn't record. It doesn't record on the system, and then I've got to manually record it onto my system. Whereas all these other ones do, but for some reason this PayPal one, it's a real pain. And plus they take quite a fair bit of the price too. They've got a very high rate of fees on there compared with the other ones. So now I'm looking at doing a pretty similar system to this with the Legends for Charity, because I know we are going to have a meeting very soon, and I'm going to bring it up to you boys, and I'm going to suggest that I think we should have a EFTPOS facility system at the Legends of Charity. Because remember, the Legends of Charity, where it's going to be held, there is no signal there. Okay, there is no signal. So basically, if you're at the event and you want to donate something, then you have to have cash with you. Who walks around carrying lots of cash nowadays? It's mostly a cashless society now. It'll be a barcode for the invoice, I would guess. Yeah, I don't know. What would you have a barcode for? What would the barcode be? Don't know. I don't have a barcode scanner or anything. I'm just curious why it started with that barcode. If I print with the less narrow paper, it doesn't have that barcode in it. But with this, it comes up with this barcode. It's just a waste of paper at the bottom. So I don't know. Yeah, I am going to do patches. My oath. I am looking into prices for patches. I'm going to have patches. I'm going to have my own patches. I'm going to have patches for the Legends for Charity. Now the idea is to have the patches done in embroidery. Now I've been, it's always on the back of the mind. The logos I've got, particularly my logo, even the logo I designed, because I designed the logos and the stickers for the Legends of Charity. I designed the logos and stickers myself for the for my website. Let's go back to the screen. There you go. You can see the there. Look, you can actually see the stickers. All right, there's the 3 stickers I've done. These 2 are the good ones. These 2 are the ones that are selling really nicely. Okay, but I was thinking of doing them in an embroidery with a Velcro backing or a sticky backing. But I've got a lot of detail in them. Alright, see all the details in it. And I was uptown this morning talking to a firm that specialises in embroidery, and I showed him. And he said, mate, I don't know, you're going to lose out. You know, there's a lot of details there. You know, embroidery more so with embroidery. But then this is a local Bundy mob too. I mean, you know, they probably don't have the skills of the experts like some people have. So I don't know. I just need to see it done. I just need to get a sample to see what it looks like it's done. If it looks fine, then go ahead with the embroidery. If it doesn't, well then you can actually get like a printed. You can actually get it like printed on a bit of felt, and it still looks great with a Velcro backing or sticky backing, and it'll probably, in honest, probably would end up looking better than an embroidery on the thing. So I don't know. I'm going to search around, look for someone to do the embroidery. I'll get a sample set, see what they think. I'll look at the sample. If I'm happy with it, go with it. If not, then we'll look at something where it's more of a printed thing that's on something with I mean, whatever it's going to end up being, it's going to look awesome anyway. We're going to do the best to make sure it looks really good. I think to get these done up in embroidery to look really good, you need to be fairly large. So it'll have to be fairly big. But mind you, there's not a lot of difference in costs between like an 8cm wide to 12cm wide. I'm thinking I might look at trying to get something done for the Legends of Charity, something done 10 centimeters wide, and then see what it looks like. If we're happy with it, then we'll probably put an order about 200, and high probability you'll be able to start buying them. I'd like to, plans go to, as I'd like to set up, I like to have a terminal set up at the event, so that you guys will be able to come up and pay with your credit card, your MasterCard, your Visa card. You can use your PayWave, Apple Pay, Google Pay. You'll be able to use your Afterpay. You'll still be able to do a direct transfer. You'll still be able to pay for cash. So you'll be able to do that with any of the products. If we have any merchandise there, if you want to donate any extra money during the event, you know, just come up to me with the terminal, and I'll be able to just put it through there. If you want to buy any hats or anything like that, if we, you know, I'm looking at getting different types of merchandise done. My goal is to get a website up and running. I'd like to get a website added to the Legends of Charity, so then you guys can start buying stickers off there. You can start buying patches off there. Once we got the stickers and patches going, I reckon we could look at the caps. Okay. Now, of course, we got the fishing shirts and the stubby coolers. All right, those are available from SMG Sports. All right, there's one here. This one I designed. Okay, this is the one that I've designed myself. All right. And Brett got these made up for us. These are not for sale yet. I don't know when they will be up for sale. We are happy how these are, what they are. I think these will definitely be the final design. And this is the other one here, of course. Okay, this one here, let's just wait till focus. Alright, along the bottom you can see our logos along there. Alright, and there's the RSCQ Lifeline with two little men hanging down off the bottom there, getting rescued. Alright, some more logos. Alright, and this one again. They look awesome. As you can see, very nice looking stubby coolers. So these, when they are available, these are going to, you just purchase these from SMG Sports. Alright, so he'll handle all that. Who knows, any extras we have, we definitely will take with us to the event, and you'll be able to purchase at the event. Alright, and hopefully I'm going to have it set up so you guys don't have to rock up with heaps of cash in your pocket. Yes, definitely Landy Smurf, raffle tickets. We'll be able to purchase raffle tickets through your EFTPOS. So you'll be able to pay via any of the credit cards, PayPal, guys, even Afterpay. All right, if you see a product, a shirt there, and you're a bit short on cash, you can do buy now, pay later. Even the way I've got it planned is Afterpay is going to be available as well. So you'll be able to buy an extra shirt instead of one, or whatever, you know. So that's a system I'm going to have, and of course there'll be receipts as well. All right, so you'll be able to get a receipt. You can either get a printed form, or you can get one that's emailed to you or texted to you, or if you don't want a receipt, you don't have to have a receipt. But the beauty what this system will do is it'll make it easier for us to have everything all categorized, because then through the system it's going to have the sales that are, you know, the stickers, what was sold on the stickers, the shirts. It'll have it all categorized, what was made on each one, and it's all stuff that we need to have all that information. So we don't have to sit there and try to hold so much cash and try to hide cash. You know, where we're going to put them at cash if people bring cash and start buying everything. You got the coins and all that to worry about. Oh, Lockyer Hubs, it's funny you're talking about Square Terminal. Look. Oh, mate. Look what I use. That's a Square Terminal. So everything that I explain, all be done on this. All done on this, guys. Alright? So all you got to do is look for me, swipe your card away, and buy whatever you want. And you don't have to use cash. Yeah. So, yep, I've already got all that Lockyer Hubs. And this thing's got a printer on it as well. So it scans and it prints the your dockets, your receipts. Well, they call it receipts. I don't know what the difference is, dockets, receipts. But I've also got a bigger terminal here as well, this is like a kind of iPad. It's got an iPad that sits on the stand, which is probably what probably most likely is the setup I will use down there, and use this. I don't know, although I might use this one, because this one here could be more mobile, out and about, and then people will be able to, you know, I'll be able to come up to people and say, you want to purchase any tickets, you just scan here and then book, bang, go there. Whereas the other system I've got here, it's not portable. That one I might keep for my own merchandise that I want to bring and sell, and then all profits that I get from that will go towards the charities as well. So I'm going to have different merchandise which will be available at my campsite. So whenever you see me there, or you see me, just come up to me and we'll just go to my campsite, and no doubt I'll have t-shirts. I'll have planned to have shirts, fishing shirts from SMG Sports. I plan to have my own stubbies. I plan to have, who knows, it could be biros, there'll be patches, there'll be stickers there. There'll be at least those 6 that I'll have at the event. And I'd like to sell at the event to help. And I believe Steve wants to do the same as well. So, hey, we're all YouTubers that are running this event. So we thought we'll take the opportunity. Yeah, so it's funny you just mentioned that. These are brilliant, hey, absolutely awesome. You can see, can you see my iPad thing there? You can see the reflection of that. Where is it? Which way we go? Aha. That's the other terminal, like the old iPad sitting on it. Yeah. I can go in here and see if there's any sales come through. Has any sales come through while we're on air here? Nope. Unless if any sales is brought through Afterpay, they don't go through that system. I have to go through an email here. Check the email, see if anything sales come through on Afterpay. Alright. Alright guys, I've just got some first quoting for some patches for the actual Good Timing just came through. A quote for embroidery patches for the Legends for Charity event. Thanks for inquiring. Let us know you wish to amend the details. Concept 1 woven uses finer threads, maximum 12 colours only. Okay. I'm just looking at the cost price. Okay, don't seem like they charge any difference for kindly confirm preferred backing. You may opt for sew on or iron on. Alright, so they don't have a Velcro. Alright, might have to look elsewhere because in this particular size they've only got sew on or iron on. I'm hopeful to use Velcro or even maybe stick on. I'm thinking about bringing out my own patches, but they'll be stick on ones. I'm thinking about going to stick on instead of Velcro. So it don't look like they will do Velcro backing, which is interesting. I have had quotes from this mob just recently with the Velcro backing, but they've gone out of making them with Velcro. They don't do Velcro anymore. Now here's the patch. Okay, they sent me some info. The patch. Different other promotion ideas, which looks cool. They got some good ideas to promote the brands. Yeah, okay. Well, they reckon they're not saying they can't do it. They reckon it's achievable. So they give them the ideas of what it will look like. And, yeah, I'll tell you what. It actually doesn't look too bad. They're giving sample photos what it would look like. And, yeah, if it turns out like it looks there. So, oh, that's a shame. The only thing is that they don't do Velcro. I mean, you guys, would you be happy with an iron-on or a sew-on? Not really ideal, is it? Could always put Velcro on the back yourself. Yeah, well, it's what I always do, guys. You can buy Velcro with that real strong sticky stuff, and I want to stick something on Velcro. You just stick it on the Velcro, put that on, and it's away you go. So what if we just get the sew-on ones, but the quality looks pretty good from what I'm seeing. If I go with this mob, I'll contact them and tell them I just want I want you to at least do one up and send it to me. But I have to bring it up in the meetings, guys, because I'm not the only one that's making decisions on this. Yeah. So interesting. Oh, I got no orders come through Afterpay. I was hoping one of you guys might order some stickers off me so I can try out this new printing system I just set up today. I wouldn't really want an iron-on or sew on. No, same here, Landy. So it's the best I look elsewhere. Try to find somewhere else that does, it's a shame. I mean, they will do stick-on ones. I would want one for putting on the drawers with carpet. That's the idea. That's the idea that we had to do with the Velcro backing on it. To do on the drawer with the carpet. I'll have to look elsewhere. I'll have to go. I know Steve contacted me this morning. He found a mob that will do the Velcro, but I don't think their quality of the embroidery manufacturing is as good as this mob here, because that's the thing. I think if we want to use embroidery, I have to go through this mob here because what I've seen images of some of the more complicated embroideries done by this mob, and it looks really phenomenal. It's just a shame they don't do that Velcro backing anymore. I'll have to ring them up and talk to them about that. In fact, no, it's too late now. They're probably already closed for business. In fact, it's 4:30. I'm going to have to go and start cooking. No wonder I'm starting to get hungry, and I'm really thirsty. So that's the idea, guys. I'm sure a lot of you probably agree with me that we should have EFTPOS facilities available at the event. So you don't have to rock up with all this cash. And then we don't have to worry about having cash. Where are we going to put the cash? How are we going to keep it secure? Etc. over those few days. You know, we're selling tickets, and then we got the issue. We got to bring, you know, cash, and you know, sure, we could still have people running around, but you know, selling tickets if you want to pay the cash. But for you guys who want to pay an EFTPOS, just approach me, or just wait till I approach you at some stage throughout the event when I'm spare time. Mind you, sometimes I do want to go to my campsite and talk to people and show my setup and so on. So just come to my campsite. I'll show others how to use this gear, so if I'm not there, you'll be able to use. So easy to use these guys. So, oh, Landy Smurf, you just sent an order through, and we're going to try my new system. Oh yes, it's come up. It's come up. All right, let me play around here. Notifications. This is cool. Okay, you have a new order. How cool is that? So, if I go on here and click on this, and I will print a receipt and print. There it is, a receipt. So here's your receipt. What color did you order? You got the blue one. Regular letter, post. Sweet. I'll get this to you first thing on Monday. Oh, that's good. I wanted to see how my logo came up on the print. I had to change the logo a bit and turn into more of a line art. Is that going to focus? So that's not too bad. So that will be popped into, that will pop into the envelope with the blue sticker. So Monday I'll post that. That's the first one again. Thank you. I've been looking forward to trying out this gear. Awesome. And there it is there. It's have I got your address? Has it got your address in here? If you filled out your address, it should have that in here. Let me go back to the checkout, go to customers, and I'll just check. It should have added your details in automatically. Where are you? What's your name? I don't know which one you are. Hang on. Let me go back to the order. Oh, yep, I see your name there. I'll go back. Hang on, forgot your name already. I'm just too excited. Okay. Alright, gotta remember your name. I'm just too excited. I get to try this out for the first time. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, yes, there you are. Is that you? No, that's not you. Hasn't added your... Oh, yes, it has added you. Here it is. Have I got your address? Did you fill in your address so I can post it to you? I do not have your address. You must have missed out, or for some reason the address didn't come through. It should have come through. I don't have your address to post it, so if you want to get that to me. Okay, it says the order's come through 5 minutes ago. Let me see if the enjoy. Okay, this is good test, so I don't know. You did put the address through. Let me check online and see if it's added the address. It's always added address in. I've never had any problems with getting the address on. So this is the first time, but it's a new printing system like an iPad here. So obviously I don't have it properly set up on the iPad. If I go on the terminal, it's a good chance it should be all in there anyway. And on online, I'm just going to check and make sure that it's come up online here. Orders. There we go. Let's clicking on this here to see if yeah, your address is all there. I've got your email, phone number, address, the whole works. Okay, thanks for doing that. That's telling me that this system needs a little bit of tweaking just on the iPad to get working. Let me check on the terminal. I'm sure on the terminal it'll be fine. This is never... I've been waiting for someone to put an order in so I can check to make sure it's... So for some reason it hasn't added the address to send out to through the... Which is weird, so it should be all linked together. So obviously it's not. Just waiting this to turn on. So this is battery operated, as you can see. That's funny, I hope you didn't hear that. It just dropped one. Updates. Are you kidding me? Now it wants to do an update. I just told it to do it later. Orders. There it is. Yes, it's got your address. Alright. Let me check in the customer. So why has it not shown the address on the iPad? Okay, interesting. So you can have things categorized like that there. Alright. So if you add an event, let's just pretend that you want to purchase one of the Legends of Charity stickers. So I just select that. And it's added to the system. Select that. And then hit charge. And then you just do whatever you want. Pay wave, swipe your card, whatever. This freaking camera won't focus on this. Why won't it focus? See? And just charge, confirm and pay. And there it is there. The screen where you can tap, or you can insert the card in here with those chips, or slice through here, or I can go in here and just select cash or gift card as well. I will obviously clear that order. I'll cancel that. So yeah, awesome. Turn this one off. So there'll be a category there with tickets, raffles, whatever. Just have raffles. Just key in how many you want to buy. Of course, there'll probably be deals if you buy after a however so many. And then all you do then is just select on that deal, and then it pops right up. So it'll be good for you guys. Even that's the thing. Even if you do want to still pay cash, you can still add a cash entry on here. But say you got cash and you don't want to use your cards and that to pay, and you want to buy your tickets, but you want a receipt, so you can claim it on your tax or whatever. It's particularly if you're doing a nice generous donation. Hint, hint. Okay, you'll be able to get your official receipt. All right, and then claim that on your tax. All right. So it's not a tax invoice as such. Alright, it's a receipt. Because obviously there's no... I don't know. You should still be able to claim for it anyway. Aren't you supposed to claim 100% when you donation? So on. So, sweet. I'll package this up for you shortly, Landy Smurf. And then I'm going to start cooking some lunch, dinner. Because it's 4:40, so we might call it at that. So thank you guys. New order placed today. Regular letter. There we go. Showing your address in here now. All right. This the old iPad's a little bit slow, guys. She's a bit old. No worries. Alright, till next time, eh? Thanks Landy, Smurf. And till next time, guys. I'll catch up with you then, eh? Alright, see yous. I gotta go cook now.